I'm a feminist. And I do see things. Do you recognize the feeling that you see something so crystal clear, as if it were written in big neon lights, that you see something, you cannot miss it, and yet nobody else seems to see it? I see buildings, I see cities, I see countries filled with talent. And I see people with hopes and dreams and ambition. I see it abundant. And I see a necessity growing to use all this talent. Because now we live in an age where the Industrial Revolution made way for a technological revolution and an era of change. And this requires a workforce that is flexible, that is innovative, and is adaptive to the rapidly changing world economy. And yet, we seem to hold on so forcefully to labor conditions that do not use this talent. It rather limits it. Do you see? If you don't worry, I will explain. I live in the Netherlands, and we have a big, strong social security system based on the idea of permanent jobs. And these jobs, lifetime jobs, have access to a luxurious, old-fashioned social security. So when I just graduated from university, I went looking for this lifetime job and all this luxury. It was not the job itself that motivated me first. It was the search for security. I wanted to buy a house, get a mortgage, raise a family, and have a steady income. So when I finally found that job, I wanted to keep it. I did my hours, I worked, and I wanted to even keep the job when it was no longer challenging anymore. And then I got sacked. Thanks. Yeah. So then, after a long period of eating lots of chocolate and feeling very sorry for myself, I started for the first time searching for my motivation and meaning, a sense of purpose. It was sheer desperation that led me to explore my talents and my interests. And I think I'm not the only one experiencing this. I think our social security system has become outdated. I wish now that I'm self-employed, I have the freedom to do the things. I no longer work, I do the things I love and get paid for it. And that's something I wish for all of you. But what I do not wish for anyone is the big financial risk I take by being self-employed. Because I have little, or self-employed, have little to no access to social security, to collective and therefore affordable social benefits like disability insurances or a pension fund or schooling funds. I hardly built a stable future for me and my family. And I'm not the only one again. In the last few years, we have seen a major shift to self-employment. We've seen in 1998, 98% of the employed had a fixed-term contract. Today, this is only 65%. And while the lifespan of organizations is getting shorter, even of sectors is getting shorter, the caring duty of organizations is getting bigger. Organizations have to pay their employers 2 years of sickness. And this has become a major problem because the employers are no longer willing or able to afford these fixed-term contracts. So there are becoming more and more people self-employed, not because they want to, but because they have to. And this is a big problem, because you don't have the access. But this has become a problem not only for the self-employed, this has become a problem for the people, the employed, with fixed-term contracts as well. Because if you don't have access, you don't contribute. And if you can't contribute, then there is no social, no collectivity anymore. And this is when I see the big problem, because there are nearly 1 million self-employed nowadays. 1 million, and 74% of them have no disability insurance, like me. 80% of them have no pension plan. So this is why I see that it's time to do something about it. I see it in big, bright, shining neon lights that we have to make. We have to give equal rights for all workers. Workers who are employed by companies, by the government, or self-employed. If we connect them, if we give the self-employed the connection themselves to the people and not to the employer, so that when you work, you take it with you. When you want to change jobs, then you can take your social security insurance, you take it with you. And this way, this is not a luxury, this is a necessity, because this will create the conditions for people to be flexible again, to be innovative, to be adaptive. In this way, we can react in a relaxed way. We can react to all these changes. And I wish that for all of us, and I wish this for all of you. So please, if you dream with me, that we have equal rights for all workers, please vote. Go to my website, www.rooswouters.nl, and please vote. And let us know, let me know, and then I will lobby for you and let the governments know that we want equal right for all workers. Because in that way, we can all have a pension plan, we can all buy that house and do the things we like and unleash the abundance of talent that's here. Thank you very much.